Welcome to New Light Living Podcast. I'm Ulrika Sullivan. I'm an intuitive spiritual life coach. And today we're going to talk about attracting abundance and aligning with the flow of abundance in nature. And what comes up for you when you say the word abundance? You may have a perspective on abundance that it's all about um, material things, and often money comes up when we talk about abundance. But in this episode, we're going to talk about that there's so much more to abundance that needs to happen and being in alignment with before we see abundance in physical form. So this is what we're going to talk about today. And nature is a beautiful example of abundance because there's an energetic alignment. And that's what I want to talk about also today. An energetic alignment that needs to happen for abundance to occur. And abundance in many ways is a balance, a harmony, in energy. And so many things are not imbalanced right now. So I thought it would be important to kind of give perspective on abundance that has to do with more than just material abundance, if you will. And I wanted to bring back some of the ideas around abundance and also address some of the frustrations that some of us may feel at this time. And I'm coming back to this idea of an energetic alignment for abundance to happen. Because there is a way we can tap into natural abundance, and that is to connect with nature. And it's just one way of simply aligning with a bigger force than ourselves. And what a great example nature is, because most of us have nature around the corner. And also, many of us have lost the connection with nature in many ways. In our modern lives, we are not including this connection with nature in a natural way many times in our lives. But now it's the time an opportunity to be more mindful and aware of the natural abundance that is in existence in nature. Because there is always balance in nature. Have you thought about that? Because right now, the trees, I'm on the East Coast of United States, and the trees are just starting to bloom. And there's no stopping that, right? There's no stopping the blooming of the trees. And there's this, in a way, evidence that trees, for example, are very much part of this bigger ecosystem of energy, because there is nothing stopping, as I said, trees to bloom at this point in time. It's part of a natural cycle, and so are we. For many times, we have removed ourselves from natural cycles, and now we have the opportunity to align ourselves back with natural cycles. So that's really the essence of this episode today, to encourage you to step back into natural abundance instead of allowing yourself to kind of struggle, because struggle is a way we can choose not to struggle, if I put it that way, by stepping into our own balance, aligned with, for example, nature. And so what is your relationship with nature, for example? We can learn so much from nature. And I was thinking about that before this episode. Like, what is it that nature can really teach us about attracting abundance? One thing that comes up for me is there is enough for everyone. That's a huge teaching that nature can teach us. Because if you think about the blooming again, or the bees getting the pollination system, if you will, it all happens. There is enough for everyone. And this eco cycle, this natural cycle just continues, 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 and continues. So in all, there is enough for everyone. And that's a huge teaching, I feel. The other teaching that nature can, be a role model of is everyone has a unique role. And if you think about nature and, for example, the animal kingdom, everyone there has a unique role in nature for contributing to this natural abundance, right? And so have we. Each one of us have a unique role being here right now. So if you choose to tap into that type of teaching instead of, oh, I don't have this, or I don't have that, and I don't have enough of this, or I need more of that, contemplate for a moment here this perspective of nature where everyone has a unique role and there's enough for everyone. And see what that does to your sense of comfort, trust, harmony, and balance for you. I also love the quote from Lao Tzu, which, and this is one of my favorite quotes that helped me tap back into the abundance of nature and attracting abundance. And that is, nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. Think about that for a moment. So that's one of my favorites. Yes, it was the right quote. I had to look at it. I have it on a little in a frame over there. Yeah, so what is your relationship with nature? Because often we separate ourselves from nature. We don't see ourselves as part of that ecosystem of the whole. So do you notice natural cycles in nature, for example, or do you see abundance present in nature? And if you don't, I have some tips for you to help you tap into that. And I guarantee you it will help you step into attracting more abundance for you. One thing that we can start with to align to this natural abundance and attract abundance is to appreciate nature and feel gratitude for nature and notice the little things in nature. So try that next time you go outside. Say thank you to a bird or thank you to a tree, and just observe a tree, for example. I love trees, so you're going to hear more about that. But also wild animals, or even a flower, a butterfly, and see that in existence in its present moment and say thank you or feel gratitude and just feel appreciation for it is a great start to start aligning with natural abundance. Now, if you want to take it further, that would be to spend mindful time in nature, because sometimes we just go outside and nature is just there. And we don't really observe or notice. But I'd love to invite you to actually spend mindful time, intentional time in nature. which it could be as short as 2 minutes, but not 2 minutes on the phone, just being outside, no. Or 2 minutes to, yeah, play with the kids, which is great. I mean, do that. But when it's your mindful, intentional time, 2 minutes can be enough, but it has to be undisturbed with yourself and with nature in presence. And practice this gratitude and appreciation for nature. I have a dog, so I used to walk, I'm walking my dog every day, but that doesn't really work. I have practiced it now, so I can give trees appreciation while I'm walking a dog, but most of the time I have my attention to him, right? So, but you get the difference here. No distraction, but actually be present with yourself and with nature and at the same time. And then I'd love for you to increase that time, that connection with nature, because it is a practice. It is a beautiful practice to connect with the whole, the all in that sense, and natural abundance, attracting abundance to yourself, aligning your energy to nature, for example. So practice that. And I would love to invite you, if you are not familiar with this concept of being aware of energy, I would invite you to a previous episode called about energy awareness. And I think that was a couple of episodes ago, but I'll put a link to it in the show notes below. And that is the fundamentals about energy awareness overall that you can apply to your connection with nature as well. And if you are even more curious, I would love to invite you to go download a free chapter of my book, Wisdom Beyond What You Know: How to Shift from Being Driven by the Mind to Living from the Heart and Intuition. And in chapter 6 there, you can read more about connection with energy awareness, and also about nature and abundance and its relationship with you and the whole and the universe. So I hope you enjoy this episode, and I will be back soon with another episode. Bye.